Hello, Mr. ADHDM.
Mr. ADHDM is my father.
Oh,
Please call
sorry.
me. Just call me.
Guys, today I'm gonna show Skylar some stuff. Normally these are like try not to laugh, and I think I still want to adhere to that in some manner, but that scared me. Oh my god, you were gone for a second and then you came back and you were serious, Skylar.
Please call me Mr. ADHDM.
The goal is to hopefully have you cringe, because I've never really seen you do that. You have a very positive outlook. You have a good head on your shoulders, unlike myself, where
and you just want to into that.
I'm just trying to break you. I don't think we're gonna get there, because I mean this is low stakes. All right, we're gonna look at some cringe stuff that I think is cringe, like D&D stuff, and I'm gonna pull out the big guns at the end. Before we do that though, guys, for the past couple of months I have been working with Juniper, and they have created some really cool shirts that are dropping literally today, and they are limited stock. I'm wearing one right now. So Perilous Pitfall. Check this out, Skylar. Check this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Check that out. Can you see it?
I can see it. I think it's neat.
Thanks. And then we also have this one, which is super awesome. I freaking love the design of it.
That's your first name, right?
That's me, but that's my legal first name, Mr. XP to level 3. And then it's like a dungeon map. And then on the back we got dragon. You might recognize this from a potential book of mine. Anyways, I love these designs. They're super cool. Go check them out. There's a link in the description and in the comments. They also come with like a fun couple surprises that ship with the shirts themselves. I'm super happy with this. Juniper worked really hard to make this really like special for not only me, but just for you guys as well. So I have to talk about tariffs. Unfortunately, the price is a little higher than I want it to be, and that is mainly because of tariffs. Gotta be honest, it's literally tariffs. And if you buy both as a bundle, then you'll save 10%. So go check it out. There's a link down below.
Jacob, I want you right now to tell me the surprise that comes with it, with the full knowledge that I'll edit it out and I'll be the only one that knows.
It comes with a little... It's pretty cool.
I alone bear this knowledge.
They're cool. What we want to do is, like, if this goes well, like, there'll be Skylar, have you ever... I gotta share my screen.
I think you can just describe things to me.
You just want to describe everything?
Go ahead, Dungeon Master. Make it real.
You ever ventured onto r/D&D memes? You ever been there?
In ages past, in the Reddit of yore.
As tradition with these videos, I like to, just keep up with r/D&D memes, which I don't do normally because I hate it so much. Let's see if any of these tickle your funny bone. Some of the top of the month of r/D&D memes, the pinnacle of TTRPG related humor. This is 24,000 upvotes, okay?
That's a lot of people.
Says the DM is Omni-Man. It's what my character would do. And the DM says it's what a medieval justice system would do.
Okay.
So this is like, I feel like more of a statement than it is like a joke.
However, when I say statements to you, Omni-Man is not there.
That's true.
My favorite thing in D&D is when it's arbitrarily timed to decide things are working how medieval times should work, even though we have weird anachronistic technologies existing at the same time, such as stirrups and potatoes. And but now it's time to be like, well, in traditional fiefdoms where Lord's bailiwick, he would presume to take this action against you.
And then he goes to his court wizard and casts sending, so the message reaches the other king instantly. I really agree with you. I really don't like the constant need for every D&D game to cycle back to being a medieval fantasy game.
Only when it's time to impose a restriction.
It's like a character saying, it's what my character would do, as like an excuse, but then the DM is retorting, being like, oh, if that's how you're gonna act, then I'm gonna put down medieval justice upon you.
Yeah, like Robin Hood is stealing some shit because he's like, that's what my character would do, and the DM is like, well, this is how the Sheriff of Nottingham would respond, and it is not kindly.
Why is this like a response to like a response to the DMs already do this? DMs are just like, man, you killed that guy. Like the most popular DM thing to do is like, they killed somebody, so now I get to create a plot where a bunch of people get angry that you killed somebody, and I'm gonna make you feel bad for killing somebody. And it's like,
or this like, oh, you killed a goblin, you stupid bastard! The goblin nursery is in the next room of the dungeon.
Exactly. And then players are like, well, I guess we kill them too. And the DM's like,
how can this be? So that like genre of meme is definitely the adversarial player GM thing.
Yeah. And weird that it's still kicking. Weird that like player VDM is like enough of a relatable thing still that people are like, yeah, I agree with that. I like being a hard ass DM.
But at the same time, like there's someone who is playing Dead Rising for the first time today and is going to laugh their keister off at, I've covered wars, and that's just going to like enter into their vocabulary freshly, anew. Someone, the cake is a lie to someone out there. They're like,
that's a huge deal. Exactly. The cake. Oh, how smart. How quaint. How intelligent.
And they're no worse for that, even though we're using mean caricature voices. That's
me watching Neon Genesis Evangelion right now. It came out like before I was born, and I'm like watching it now like, Some people just can't let others chill. The party prepares its most deadly spells and tactics to slay a lich no one has seen in 1,000 years. And a Skeletor holding some wine with a remote on a couch. Apparently, staying to yourself and not bothering people bothers people. Yeah, I guess that's a funny take on a lich. I've seen a couple of these before. That is an interesting take on a lich. It's just a guy who wants to be left alone. Because it is like kind of the idea is that a lich is just like, I just want to live forever and live in my
I want to
tower.
read my books for the next 4,000 years.
Exactly.
Isn't there, in 5e, is there like do you have to upkeep your subscription to Undeath with souls?
I thought that was the whole idea with a lich to begin with. Like the whole point.
They're like vampire plus.
Is that you have to feed on souls to extend your life. So no D&D party wants to fuck with a lich that's just doing nothing. Who cares about that? A D&D party wants to fuck with a lich that they either is doing something bad or has like a magic item they want. But even then, it's like
that's if you're playing Milestone.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, that's career advancement.
Mm-hmm. Career advancement. DM1 asking for backstory. Your paper must be a minimum of 5 pages. Okay, you be DM2.
Explain it to me in 7 seconds or I'm out.
Wow. That's so relatable. It's just if I saw this, I would look at it and go, yep.
True. There are 2 wolves in me, and one of them is Steve Carell, looking kind of sweaty.
Have you ever encountered a DM that told you that your backstory has to be short?
As a player, one of my sins is that if there's a long time between, hey, do you want to play in this game, and here's the game, I get very creatively restless about that character.
Yes.
So if I show up with like here's basically some fan fiction about your game that you haven't run yet, and my character in it, and here's like what happened to their brother, and you know what, I might as well draw a picture of their cool sword.
Exactly.
And while I'm at it, here's a little theme song I made for him. You don't got to play it for him or anything or nothing, unless something really big happens. In which case, here's the MP3, and I'll show you how to load on the soundboard. It's fine.
It's normal stuff.
So I've been asked, hey, you know, you don't have to do that, right? Like, I on purpose will now leave like a lot of blanks. Like sometimes even my skill proficiencies, I'm like, day of, we'll figure that out.
I don't think my mind can handle it sometimes, because you're totally right. If there's a long time in between like either sessions or just when we're playing, my brain is going to think about it regardless. And it's not like I'm like trying to add more to my character, but D&D is, and all TTRPGs are kind of have this special thing where you can like create your character as you're playing them. So as you start the game, you don't actually know what your character is going to be like. And over the course of a couple of games, they'll change, and then you'll find out what the character actually is. But that's just going to happen in the background anyways. I'm just saying, I've never been in a situation where I'm the DM being like, hey, can you shorten your backstory? Can you guys make your backstories kind of small? Like, I've never felt that way. This to me feels like an angry player who showed up with kind of like not a big backstory story, but then somebody else did, and they're like jealous, or like they wish that they could do the same thing. It's like, why does everybody want such a small? This is what DMs should do. This is what the DMs like.
Just like kind of prescriptive Dungeon Master fan fiction.
Yeah, I've literally never been either of these DMs. I've never been like, just can you explain it to me really fast? Anytime somebody's like, so here's my character, I'm like, cool, let's just create something insane right now. That would be so much fun.
I love doing the like session 0 is actually just meeting everyone individually throughout the week before the game, like at a coffee shop or something, being like, oh, you're the leader of this mercenary band, huh? Let's play through the day where the old leader died. Yeah. And we'll just do that kind of like word of mouth and with some dice rolls, because, I always got that thing on me.
When you're heading to game night and the DM texts you that they kicked that problem player out of the campaign.
He's happy.
Smiling guy. Smilingguy.jpg.
He looks like he's in danger. I don't know, something about the lighting. He's like very front lit, like there's something approaching the car.
He's afraid.
I don't know what this is from.
He's actually the meta text of this meme is that he's actually scared that he's going to show up and everybody's going to be on edge. He's like, oh no, oh, like I feel good, but like, oh. So 2 people in our group were actually really good friends with that guy, but the DM just kicked him out and didn't let him know.
Or like the problem player is your significant other, and this is how you're finding out.
Oh no. Yeah, he's actually driving into an explosion right now. He can't show up.
Time to die.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. Don't know if this has been posted here before. If it has, my bad.
It's a pretty good title.
Okay, this is the smallest thing I've ever seen.
Let's get big.
Having a DM who rolls out the horror slowly. What's up with this school? I can't get out. The doors and windows are locked. Why are there cherry blossom trees outside? I should take a look. Frick. It's... the cherry blossoms outside were actually bloody handprints.
Just dirty ass windows.
What if somebody was just drinking Kool-Aid and they ran in here and they were just being secure about the room?
Ew.
Yeah, they're like,
oh my God, it's like it just keeps going off.
This is I can't nail it down, but this is a big thing with quote unquote like popular D&D humor where it's like, ooh, something doesn't seem the way it actually is, but then it's secretly this thing. Let's break this down for a second. Who made this? Why does it look like a tree? Let me break it down for you, Mark. Let me break it down for you, Skylar.
I can't make an Omni-Man appear there, but I did make it appear in your heart.
Why did you make me do this? You can put that in. I have so many Skylar books. It's not even funny.
You're swimming in them. Be like Scrooge McDuck in that shit.
So first of all, why would this is obviously just like a cool piece of art. Like this is an interesting piece of art that somebody made. But somebody who's so D&D pilled went, now this is something spooky for my D&D, for my players. They're gonna walk in.
For my non-visual medium.
Yeah. It's like, imagine. Okay, you walk into a room and you see that cherry blossoms are painted on the back walls. As you walk in, the door behind you locks.
Is there anything on the chalkboard?
No, there's nothing on the chalkboard.
I start looking inside the desks.
There are no desks. It's actually an empty room.
I try to leave.
You can't. The door's locked. There's a window, and there's like cherry blossoms painted on it. There's like, you can see cherry blossoms outside, and they're like kind of painted on there.
I break the window.
You can't. You go to the window and just like you're about to break it, you're looking, but as you look, as you're about to break the window,
my eyes are closed when I break the window because I don't want to get glass in them.
Hey,
is your camera about to overheat?
Yeah, it is. You like to sleep, don't you? As somebody who also sleeps, I could tell. And falling asleep at night is a constant struggle of mine. I toss and turn throughout the entire night, and having a mattress that was like perfect for me was pretty much impossible. Until, you guessed it, I found Helix. Because Helix makes everything extremely easy for purchasing a mattress. You go online, you fill out their Helix sleep quiz, which, you put in your height and your weight and the way that you like to sleep, whether you get hot or not, how many people sleep in your bed, and they match you with a mattress that would be perfect for you, and then they ship it to your front door and it blows up by itself, and it's extremely sturdy, very comfortable, and as somebody who procrastinates and has ADHD, the entire process is extremely simple. But if you're one of those people that's like, like, I need to try it before I sleep in it. Don't worry, because Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you can test it out and make sure you like it, and if you don't, you can send it back. As you guys know, I took the sleep quiz about a year or so ago. I was like, yep, I toss and turn. Yep, I get hot throughout the entire night. And they were like, here's the most comfortable mattress ever. And I was like, whoa. And I got matched to the semi-firm Luxe mattress. And if you didn't know, Helix actually has mattress toppers. They give you that perfect Helix feel on top of any kind of mattress in case you don't want an entire mattress. You can give them to friends or family or use them as gifts. Also, in a Whisper sleep study, the Helix team measured participants' sleep performance. And after switching from their old mattress to a Helix mattress, they saw 82% of participants saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle, and participants on average achieved 25 more minutes of deep sleep per night and 39 more minutes of overall sleep per night. They did science on the bed. Helix has a Memorial Day offer where you can save 27% site-wide, plus a free bedding bundle with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. So head to helixsleep.com/XP to level 3, have a better night's sleep, feel far more comfortable. Check out Helix. There's a link in the description and in the comments. Okay, back to the video. Really, that's how that would go. And you would have to be like, and then even if you were to describe it, you'd be like, the way it's painted, it's actually bloody handprints. And it's like, okay. But you think about this for like more than a second, it's just like somebody did that. Like if I was a player, I'd be like, oh, somebody did that. Yeah, you. And also who set this up? Who's trying to make me feel scared right now? This is
another genre of D&D meme that is like, here's something that I think is cool, and I'm gonna put a caption on it that says that when the DM be like,
yeah, like, wouldn't this be cool if this was in D&D? And look, I understand being like so like D&D brain that like I'm thinking of putting everything into a game before, but sometimes you have to stop and be like, that's not a good idea.
Were you ever of an age where
I've been of an age?
Everything that you consume has to be centered around a certain franchise or a certain like, you know what? I love X-Men Days of Future Past, but I'd really love it even more if it was a Doctor Who fan fiction. So I'm looking for fic recs that are similar to X-Men Days of Future Past.
So the crazy thing is that I'm still that way now. Okay.
So you're like, I would love to go watch Sinners. Unfortunately, Leon Kennedy is not there.
Yeah. I've had to force myself to like get into Resident Evil recently because we're going to run it on Saturday. Hey, tomorrow I'm running a Resident Evil 1 or 2 shot. Go watch it. And it's a 2-shot and I wrote the system, but I've been like having to make myself get back into it because like I'm like so into Oblivion right now that I'm like, I can't make this Oblivion. I have to make this Resident Evil, but it'll affect like my games. So like you can see what I'm into. If you go back on our streams, you can probably find whatever I'm into at the moment based on what I put in the games. Like there was an episode of Fallout that I did where there was like a giant horde of zombies, and it was just because I'd watched Last of Us recently, and I was like, that's cool, I'm putting that in a game.
Yeah. And so that kind of like hyperfixation balancing act. Because that's kind of a struggle that I have with any kind of long-term project, especially longer D&D games, because being into the same vibe, the same momentum that got this thing started. Like, let's say I just played Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
And I'm...
wow.
And I start
what a
running
strange thing for you to bring up, Skylar.
It's weird.
You hate Devil May Cry 3.
I do. I think devils never cry. If I've been playing the Devil May Cry games and I'm like, oh, I want to run like a gun fu demon hunting, but also like super schlocky, emotional, melodramatic game, and I find the right system for it, and I find like the right group of people to play it, and I get that rolling, and then I start playing Elden Ring, and I'm like, what if this became like a dark fantasy kind of post-apocalyptic world? Like, actually, you guys fall asleep and you wake up, different place.
Yeah.
And there's a lady she gets too many hands, and she says, good morning, nasty boy. The nasties. The
You
nasties
must
revive
go
when they are
find the
killed.
nasties.
You must go find.
You're stinky born, aren't you? You're quite
You're-
attuned to finding little nasties. They took
You're-
my nasties, the Wibblewalks. Go find the Wibblewalks and bring back my nasties. And then you go get the nasties and you bring them back.
Wibblewalk,
And that guy's
the
dead.
unwashed.
Yeah. Then you come back and that guy was actually a Wibblewalk and he's just like, I was the greatest bimble snimble. And then he dies.
And actually,
and then
a
your
new Star
inventory
Trek
goes-
movie just came out. So
Yeah, 100%. I
So all
definitely
that
am
to say, yeah.
influenced by things around me sometimes. But I think there's like a line between like, oh, that would be really fun to play in like an RPG game, to being like, I just saw something and I think that would just be like a killer idea for a game that would make everybody feel really scared. And no.
just to loop back around the like keeping the hyperfixations not just all having to go into one container,
Right.
Because that's a lot of pressure to put on D&D if every cool thing that you see has to be realized creatively in the context of D&D, and that's your only
Right.
creative outlet. Like you know, in that case I would probably make like a D&D meme shitpost about it instead of running it, or
Boom.
I would make you know, an immersive in-person truly horrifying escape room.
So because this is like, as you said, this is a visual.
Right.
What's important about this is that you can see it. So like, it's not going to work if you just like describe. It's not going to work as effectively. You can do it, but you can. I don't know. It's just so weird.
Or even like 3 people are looking at it and one of them is like, I have dark vision and keen sight and sense bonuses and I'm wearing my goggles of minute seeing, or my eagle eyes.
Or
so what do I see from over here?
You create this scenario. You have something like that, or somebody just like, you don't get this build up. Instead, you just like, I walk in and look at the window. What is it? And it's like, oh, it's bloody hands. But from a distance, it looks like a tree, like a cherry blossom tree. Oh, okay. And then you just like leave.
Gross.
Oh, cool. Yeah, ew. Mop it up. Anyway.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, Prez. It's gone. You should just deleting it. No. No, it's not. I don't know why everyone keeps forcing politics into gaming. I just play games for fun. 2024 physical core rulebook bundle, publisher Wizard of the Coast, $140. It's actually $299.97. What? Yeah, I know that sounds bad. Pew, 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 pew. What does this have to do with forcing politics into gaming? I just play games for fun.
Tariffs.
Oh, it's
Politics, yeah.
Oh, oh, I should have known that. I mean, then yeah, this is actually like a good point, which is that like it always affects it. Like this is always going to be important. Like yeah, D&D is escapism, but you still need to be like very aware of the world around you and how it's affecting like the game that you can play. And if this is like a wake up for some people, that's really sad. That's really sad. Somebody's like, nope, doesn't matter. The books are expensive now because I voted for Trump. Oh
No, it's because they make the books out of eggs.
That's exactly it. They do have an egg factory at Hasbro, and they lay them out real flat. And then they
Have you
print
ever
them.
wondered why when you leave out your D&D books and you don't put them in the fridge, they get stinky?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. My pages always tend to stick together a little bit.
Most of my
Especially
books do not have that kind of stink to them.
My monster manual like constantly sticks together, specifically on like the succubus page. Anyways, yeah, it's probably the eggs. Skylar, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get out of here. I'm tired of this subreddit because it doesn't make me feel cringe. It makes me feel just nothing. I just feel like,
Cold.
yeah, it's cold, dark, scared.
I can't remember
I feel afraid.
the taste of strawberries.
I can't recall the taste of bread.
I can't recall funny memes.
I can't recall the feeling of grass. Naked in the dark. That's what this made me
look
feel
at
like I'm
me.
naked in the dark. And then, all right, and we'll let us be rid of it. Okay, so Skylar, there's another subreddit that I've been a little privy to recently. I don't know if you've ever been on it before. You ever been on D&D Circle Jerk?
Can't say I have.
Okay, well,
I'm familiar with the circle jerk culture we're going to go to a sillier, more self-aware version of this thing that will eventually devolve into being just kind of a more cynical version of what the original thing was. Yeah.
That's, I think, the biggest the only one I go onto Reddit for is for like the Circle Jerk or the OK Buddy subreddits.
Let me get
make me laugh.
the meta contextual versions of these subreddits.
And maybe that's what my problem is with r/D&D memes. It's just not my humor type, and maybe this is.
It needs to be refined through a couple more layers of like.
Yeah. So
hate.
It definitely needs to go through a few more layers of cynicism for me to feel something. Yeah. So where you have r/D&D Circle Jerk. D&D doesn't exist. There's only Pathfinder. All right.
That's true.
Everybody should be playing Pathfinder. Pathfinder does it better. Shut up. So there's a couple of, we know /UJ. You know what that means. It means /unjerk. Means you're out of character.
Yeah.
So, because everybody's kind of playing a character in this subreddit, it has now lost its meaning. Some people unjerk and they're not actually unjerking. So it doesn't matter. Anyways, we got top of the month here. I'm a certified hater of Critical Role. I've never watched it. How it feels to have never seen or been interesting in seeing Critical Role.
Sure. We got a little bit of what someone might contestedly say is some Frutiger arrow imagery.
I was going to say Frutiger arrow. Yeah, there's dolphins jumping out of the ocean.
I mean, there's not really any futurism, but it is very wet.
Yeah, it's the cover of a math book for sure.
It's wet and shiny, which that's all it needs to be Frutiger arrow. Yeah. Unless it's flesh, in which case that's Planescape Torment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those are the two aesthetics. Here
it says it's when you roll a 20 on a D20.
That I like.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Why are D&D fans so anti-Christian? So I ran what is this? So I decided to run a game in my Christian-friendly D&D setting with some friends. I didn't expect anything to go wrong. I told them some lore on session 0. I was especially excited to talk about tieflings. One of my players said something along the lines of, "Ooh, I'd like to play tiefling. The lore sounds really interesting." I felt extremely offended. How dare he ask to be a devil person at my Christian-friendly table? I told him to leave and to go fuck himself for speaking about God that way. The player left and my other players looked at me all weird when I asked what was wrong. They just started yelling at me. I was so They just started yelling at me.
That's pretty...
What could I possibly have done wrong other than be a Christian? After we argued for a bit, they all got up and left. The next week, I went to a game store and joined an open table. The DM started off by playing heavy metal music. I pounded my fist and flipped over the table like Jesus had done when a Jewish temple had been used as a marketplace. How dare you play such things in here? I got kicked out of the game store. Why are D&D fans like this? That's weird.
When your atheist friends are coming over and you have to hide all of your hardback copies of Left Behind and your DVD of Left Behind starring Kirk Cameron and your DVD of Left Behind starring Nick Cage. And
all of my Christian rock CDs.
Yeah, all your POD, all of your, which, I'm not allowed to listen to that. That's a little too heavy, but
Jars of Clay.
Jars of Clay, all of your Switchfoots, this is just a game now where we're going to try to name as many Christian rock bands as we can. All of your DC Talks, your Newsboys.
Oh, Newsboys.
Newsboys. Oh. There was a Newsboys song about how there's no breakfast in hell, and it was like a really fun, silly song.
That song still gets stuck in my head weekly.
Yeah. There's not really a place for me to share that.
The other day I was like, Captain Crunch is waving farewell. And Spencer was like, you were in a cult. And I was like, no, you just weren't there for it.
Listen, I hope you don't like cereal, babe. That's all I gotta say. Because Captain Crunch and me are both going to heaven.
You can't play a tiefling because God's got a big backyard where we can all play football. Okay, it's my father's house.
Big table with lots and lots of food. Yeah, this makes me feel cold.
Anyone hate it when the DM forces you into situations with this bad excuses like how they rolled above your AC? The DM railroading my character into taking damage. Me not updating the HP on my sheet. Man, God, that one kind of got me. Just not doing it. Just fully not doing it. Dr. Han just like locked in, just like, I'm not gonna take the damage. This hits you. Nope.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
My will is stronger, and so my reality overrides yours.
Me being dragged into the abyss by the woke mob for saying that I think 5e is fine. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I watched Princess and the Frog for the first time like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It is good. I really like it.
I watched it because I wanted to like the Lorcana cards that I had more.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I really like this guy's song. I like his...
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm Keith David.
Keith David is amazing. This is actually what... Did you see that?
I was looking away. Was there a jump scare?
I did not do this on purpose. I swear to God. You look for a second. This is what I did. I went... That's crazy. So I just want to say that this is accurate. This is what we as the woke mob do. Just want to say, point that out.
Hey, Dark Woke would eat your balls first, so be grateful.
We don't do that. We don't do with the light woke. Okay, this is me, and I didn't know this was here. What the Pathfinder is not fixing this. Pathfinder spells are actually what I don't wait. Hang on, I've been bamboozled by the subreddit. I don't know why this is here. So there I was gooning to my AI of Paizo. So there I was gooning to my AI of Paizo when I saw my video feed update with the face of one of D&D's most handsome YouTubers. How do I fix this? I hate D&D, and now the mainstream is trying to make my extremely niche game into a more mainstream thing and bringing in new and excited players. Pathfinder bros, I thought it was a meme that D&D players would actually try Pathfinder. This should not be allowed. I hate him so much for having a wife and 2 kids.
That's like an up-to-date meme on your life status.
I haven't seen this.
That's so good. I have
not seen this. Oh my God.
But what do the comments say?
Has 2 kids. Recheck wherever 40K thinks is this.
We gotta go deeper.
There I was gooning to my AI of Paizo. Oh my God. Lancer fixes this.
Hey, wait a minute. There's somebody in your retinue who wants to play Lancer, right?
Yeah. Jack wants to play.
Is it Jack?
Yeah.
I'll forgive Jack's debt if I'm involved.
You hear that, Jack? Unjerk, I wish the guy the utmost success in the career he has chosen, but man, there's a bit of spark that he has lost that you can really feel in his newer videos.
Jacob, look directly into the camera for me. I don't see it. You could never become a planeswalker.
It's gone, guys.
No spark.
Sort of critical hits. Damage 1d20, always crits. One of my players hit my homebrew item. 10 out of 10. All right. I think this is a really good segue from that comment to the next part of this video, which is going to be, Skylar, what if we went back in time and we looked at Jacob as he was? You know, the sparkle in my eye is back.
What could it be?
These are old videos that I have no idea if you've seen. But in my last attempt to make you feel some attempt of cringe here, why don't we look at myself when I had a sparkle in my eye?
Straight to the source.
Yeah.
So, you guys meet in a tavern, which is totally an okay place to start. So don't give me any for it.
All right, we got Logan
sit
here.
at a table.
You ever seen this
Broke
one?
the 180 rule.
You eye your companions. One looks.
Wait, are we all at this table?
You like the sound mixing?
I like that there isn't any.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We decided to like put a mic in the corner of the room and just like let it do its magic.
That mic is the audience surrogate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like they're watching from a distance.
It would totally be up in the rafters.
So pause. So what you're trying to give me right now is like physical pain as an editor. I recognize that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And they would never be able to see him before he came down and introduced himself.
Okay, sure. So everyone.
I'm taking literal psychic damage right now.
No, man. I'm stealthy.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
16.
All right. What's your passive?
With nothing but grace and love for anyone who's putting themselves out there and making videos.
Yeah, of course.
So on early YouTube, there was something called the fanime, which is what it sounds like. It was like people making fan anime, and it was not great quality. And a lot of it was like people animating, just like literally assembling frames together in Windows Movie Maker or iMovie or something. Ambattii, Ambati, did a fanime retrospective, more or less. And I'm fresh off of that, and I'm filled with so much just overwhelming love for anyone who makes something with a lot of passion.
Sure,
No,
yeah,
but
it's just-
hey, listen, I'm going to stare deeply into your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to tell you genuinely that any attempt that you, the viewer, or you, Jacob, this is a dual purpose here, have ever made to put yourself out there and get better at something and like make something cringe and unafraid, that is the most beautiful thing that you could possibly be doing with your time. And even if it's like for the bit right now, there's nothing I could say to possibly denigrate that, no matter how shitty this video is that Jacob's. Just kidding. Like,
I agree with you. I think no matter what you want to do or what you're trying to make, and if you think it's cringe, but if you love it, you should do it. Like this. Did you like that?
As far as intros go, I have a few notes. Let's go back to the first frame. So I know exactly what note you would give me if this was the intro. In the year of our Lord 2025. You would say, I need you to zoom in a lot more. Get way, 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 way closer.
Just get in there. So I'm going, and then just like turn up the audio.
Yeah.
So I'm going. So it's like this. It's like.
Yeah,
It's
like that.
Yeah, it's like that.
And just like I can't even see my taste buds. Could you zoom in more, please?
Yeah.
Enhance.
Just keep going until we can see the inside of my mouth. All right, cool. That was basically it. Have you seen this one? You ever seen this one?
If I have, it was enough cells in my body ago that I'm a new person.
Check this out.
Overpowered piece of crap, egg showered, handicap, fight, world, paper scraps. Oh shit. Welcome, I'm the Mystic. My abilities aren't very
Ooh.
page PDF, I'm a bit of a motherfucking egotistic. I show up to your game, put every other class into shame. Cypher instead of spell slots, I can use them all day.
Logan is my favorite part of this video.
Yeah, let's walk through his character here.
He's got a wig on, a hat, one glove, a tie that's too long.
It's quite a big tie.
Shredded jeans and just a t-shirt. He's just in the background. I love him going. I think I just told him like, hey, come be in this video. And he was just like, this is what I'm going to do.
On one condition.
I think he's being more true to himself and his art than I think whatever the I'm trying to do.
Listen, how long had Hamilton been out?
It's 2018, so this might actually be before.
Well,
Lin-Manuel Miranda was inspired by me. Spotify.
so we know for a fact that Lin-Manuel Miranda watched this and was
yeah. I mean, 1 million views. You gotta be one of them.
he was like, "This is so good, I can't understand."
Wow, I love this Jacob guy. He's rapping about the Mystic. I would never be satisfied with such unwritten class. Anyways, I can't bear to watch any more of this, but I did that one time. I think the sparkle was still in my eye here. Look at him down there.
I'm a part of a pack with a torture. That's kind of bars,
Yeah.
though. Look,
Okay,
can we
remember-
roll back to the lyrics for like 1 second?
Yeah, for sure.
Body is a temple
Temple.
that I control. Barbarian, crown of rage, under control and not half your age. Druid, ranger, nature's not in danger when I can change her. I'm not bound to my power like a sorcerer. We're a part of a pack.
Don't get down with it. Don't do this.
I'm a little bit. I'm getting a little nasty with it.
No. This is the last one. Remember this?
That's fine too. So
I do.
let's talk about what the video says that I'm.
Remember I said that? Remember I did this?
Remember when you said that if
There's
you
no
think
clip
that
from
fighter is easy, that you're so stupid that you should walk into the ocean with a pocket full of rocks.
Exactly. That's those are my exact words. Thank you for quoting me exactly. That's what I said. That's what I said. Well, Skylar, you only made me come out of this feeling more hopeful about myself. So I guess I got to commend you on that part. I was trying to break
delete
you.
the whole video.
I was trying to break you, and you just made me better. So shit.
I'm gonna go bump that rap now.
When I asked you to be in this video, you sent me Griffith being like, what does he say? As my
If your
liege
majesty
asks.
commands it.
All right, Sparkleless Jacob out. All right.